Hi all, welcome to Physio Exam Buddy. This video is on a most important topic, that is muscle spindle. In a skeletal muscle, there are basically two types of sensory receptor. The first one, which is located in the muscle belly, it is known as muscle spindle. Whereas the second type of sensory receptor, it is mainly located in the muscle tendon. The muscle spindle mainly senses the muscle length or rate of change of length, whereas the Golgi tendon organ, it mainly senses the tendon tension or rate of change of tension. First, about the muscle spindle. As you can see here, it is a spindle shaped organ. You know that normally a skeletal muscle, it includes two types of fibers. First one is known as the intrafusal fiber and the second one is the extrafusal fiber. Intrafusal fiber, it is the main sensory element which is present in the skeletal muscle, whereas the extrafusal means they are the normal contractile fibers which is present in the skeletal muscle. So, muscle spindle, it is basically the intrafusal fibers which are modified muscle fibers, more embryonal in nature, having very less distinct striations, and there is no actin as well as myosin component, because the contractile elements, they are mainly present in the extrafusal fibers, but our muscle spindle mainly include this intrafusal fibers. And again, the intrafusal fibers are of two types. The first one is known as the nuclear bag fiber. As you can see here, there is a bag-like structure which is present in this muscle fiber. And the second type is known as the nuclear chain fiber. First, about this nuclear bag fiber. You can see here a dilated central area with many nuclei present in the central portion of this intrafusal fiber. And there are as much as two nuclear bag fibers present per muscle spindle. And the fiber 1 type, it contains mainly low level of myosin ATPase activity, whereas the fiber 2 type, they have very high level of myosin ATPase activity. Next is about the nuclear chain fibers. As you can see here, it is thinner as well as shorter when compared to that of the nuclear bag fiber, and they also lack a definite bag. And in each muscle spindle, there are almost 4 or more number of nuclear chain fibers. And you can see here that the ends of this nuclear chain fibers, they are usually connect to the sides of this nuclear bag fibers. Regarding the innervation, like any skeletal muscle, there is both sensory innervation as well as motor innervation. Sensory supply, it is mainly by this annulospiral endings. That is the primary sensory supply to the muscle spindle. It is by the annulospiral endings or the primary endings. They are basically rapidly conducting group 1A afferent fibers, and their ends, as you can see here, it wrap around the center of the nuclear bag as well as the nuclear chain fiber. And these primary annulospiral endings, they are having the largest diameter and having a conduction velocity of 72 to 120 meter per second. Next is about the secondary nerve supply. The secondary sensory supply, it is basically by the flower spray endings or the secondary endings, and they belongs to the group 2 sensory fibers, and they basically supplies the ends of this nuclear chain fibers. There is no secondary endings going to the nuclear bag fiber, and they are basically of intermediate size, having a conduction velocity of 36 to 72 meter per second. Next is about the motor supply, that is the efferent supply. The basic efferents going is from the gamma efferents of leg cell, also known as the small motor nervous system. And histologically, there are two types of this gamma efferents. The first one, it is basically the plate endings. As you can see here, these are the plate endings which you can get in case of nuclear bag fibers, whereas the trail endings of this gamma efferents you will get in case of nuclear chain fibers, and they belong to the large beta motor neurons according to the Erlanger-Kasser classification, and their responses mainly include static as well as dynamic response. Next is about the functions of the muscle spindle. They helps to maintain the muscle length, and they also having a damping as well as signal averaging function, and they helps to maintain the muscle tone basically by the tonic stretch reflex, and they also got a role in stabilizing the body position during the tense action, that is mainly by the stretch reflex. So that's a short video about the muscle spindle. Thank you.